Welcome to the Private Pilot Series, The Road to Flying Solo, brought to you by LewDix Aviation. This is Edwin. Over recent weeks, we've been following along on his journey towards an aviation milestone, the first solo. I'm Lewis, Edwin's guide and your host along the way. There have been some ups.
Oh yeah! Wow!
And of course, some downs.
I think you're looking inside too much. I think we need to have our eyes more outside because I don't think you're using the horizon much as I want you to.
With the basics of flying down, it's time to shift our attention to navigation, emergencies, and of course, more landings. So sit back, relax, and join us on the road to flying solo.
18.7. Yes, sir. And then we're going to Leesburg. So what in your mind would be the next frequency that you would use? Like, what's the next thing? Like, what do we do before we go into an airport?
We gotta call them that we're 10 miles.
Even before that, what if we gotta get something before we... ATIS. So the weather information. So what I would do is I'd switch over to tower now, and then in standby, put your next frequency, which is going to be the Leesburg weather frequency. We're already, while we're flying, we're not putting in a load of...
trying to...
Yeah, exactly. 13432, perfect, that'll work. So that's communication frequency's done. Give me that departure briefing that we briefed. Give me the brief of the brief.
If we have an emergency and we still have runway, we'll head to the runway. Depending what it is, if we can stop, we'll stop, brake. If not, we'll just land it. No runway, we'll look left and right to see where we can land. Most probably it's going to be that lake. Have to get ready to swim.
Yeah.
We'll let tower know.
Yeah. Sounds good. Only thing I would add is if we're above 1,000 feet, that's the only time we'll attempt to power off 180 back to the opposite runway. So that's the only time.
1,000 feet.
Exactly. And what's best glide speed?
Best glide speed is, you always hit me with that. 73.
73,
yeah.
Cool. You got your Leesburg is set up in here at 310, but we're going to use the map as well to get over there. This will be our primary source of navigation. So it's just normal stuff out to the lake, really. And once we get to the lake, you just continue in past the lake and then continue into these lakes until you see Leesburg. So those are good reference points. And I'm going to ask you at certain points where we are, and I want you to point out where we are. So if you've got the lake in the distance and it's this corner of the lake is right ahead of us, you know that we're going to be somewhere around here. Kind of get used to this pilotage stuff so we can get some navigation going. What we'll do, we'll go over there, we'll do a touch and go, we'll depart, we'll come straight back. Because we're a bit short on time now because I've got to get this plane over for the check ride.
Okay. Executive Tower, Cherokee, November 32042, holding shore at 7, Alpha 7, ready for departure.
Cherokee 32042, Orlando Executive Tower, hold short runway 7 at Alpha 7.
Holding shore at 7, Alpha 7, Cherokee 042.
Oh shit.
So hold short.
We hold short, nice man, that was a nice set of calls. So the radio calls over in Leesburg is we get the weather. And then once we're 10 miles away, you can see how the distance we are from Leesburg. We're like 30 miles at the moment, so when we're 10 miles, Leesburg Tower, Cherokee 32042, 10 miles to the southeast, because that's where we're going to be coming from. Touch and go with the weather. And then he's going to say, okay, head to left, right downwind, left downwind, whatever. You just read it back, and then that's what you do.
Cherokee 32042, Executive Tower, Skyhawk traffic on 1.5 miles final, left turn northwest, set on course is approved, runway 7 at Alpha 7, cleared for takeoff, no delay.
65, rotate.
Yeah, welcome to the sky. I'm too hot in my hoodie.
You're hot?
Yeah.
At 113?
Yeah.
Flying, right? Flaps retracted, fuel pumps off. Fuel pumps off. Engine instrument check. Engine instrument check, we're all...
and
initial climb, V676.
We leveled off anyway.
Keep them off your left side and turn northwestbound on course is approved, runway 7 at Alpha 7,
good one.
cleared for takeoff.
So just maintain 1,300 feet. Really put an emphasis on maintaining altitude, please.
Okay.
So you got the lake in sight, right?
Yes.
Cool. So you kind of pointed, kind of to the north side of it. You can see the north side of it's kind of like here. So where do you think we would be right now?
If I'm seeing the lake and we just got out of the airport, right?
Yep.
1042, maintain VFR outside the class Bravo, frequency change approved.
Appreciate approved 042.
lake. We're around here somewhere.
Probably just a little bit further north. You see all these lakes?
Yeah.
All these lakes here. So that's where we are. Yeah, you're close. You're close. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Boosh. Boosh. So now we've been given a frequency change while I was asking you to look at that. Yeah, beautifully cruised. What we can do is maybe set up Leesburg Tower now, because we're going to use that as well next week. We can get rid of Executive Tower because she gave us a frequency change. So why don't you do that? Why don't you set that up?
Okay, Leesburg Tower. Leesburg Tower is 119.35.
Yes, it is.
So we're gonna leave this, right?
Yes.
So I'll switch it.
Switch it.
Swoosh.
Swoosh.
And then I said 119.35.
Yes, sir.
300.
Cool.
Leesburg International Airport.
That's actually Leesburg's weather.
Weather observation 1400 Zulu. Wind 350 at 06. Visibility 10.
We know the winds are 350 at 6, altimeter 3004. You can switch that now.
4, so it's why? 3004 is like around there?
Every time. Perfect, that'll work. That'll work. Every time. So, cool. Sweet, man.
So we're on altitude, right?
Yes, well, just a little bit high, but it's okay because we're going to climb soon anyway. Remember that lake, the U-Bend Lake, and these power lines? That corresponds with that lake right there. Oh, sorry, this lake right here. So when we're passing that lake, you know that we're going into a Bravo shelf.
And then go to 2,500.
Do it.
So that little lake is this one right here?
Is that there?
Wow, so we're right there.
Yeah.
Like up front.
There's your navigation. Cool, man. So let's do 2,500. Let's climb.
Climb. Clear, right?
Clear, clear. The other thing to kind of watch out for as well is this. I know we're going towards the lake, but you can use this for your navigation as well. That's going to give you a good indication if you're on course to Leesburg or not. You can see we're kind of going off a little bit, so you can maybe bring it off to the right.
So I can get out of that.
Yeah. I think what's happening is wind is pushing you. The wind is pushing you. It's coming through like 350, it says at Leesburg, which is going to push you that way, so you got to make sure you're staying on course.
We're climbing.
Memo when you're ready to go.
And let's listen.
Alpha, you called just in time. I'm ready to go. Thanks. Runway 3, make right traffic.
Runway 3, okay.
Runway 3.
So we just heard him say runway 3, so that's a good indicator of what we're going to use. Nice. Setting yourself up ahead of the game. Ahead of the game.
So we're kind of straight there, right?
Yeah, you're fine there. That's fine. We know we're on course. We know Lake Apopka's off there.
there.
So if we're going to use runway 3 to Leesburg, how are we going to enter the traffic pattern? Pull out the airport diagram again.
So as runway 3 is right here.
Right there. So we're coming from over this direction here. We're over here right now. So if we're coming in from this angle, what's the best way of us getting into?
So 45 degrees.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
And then
yes.
turn downwind here.
Yes.
Space.
Yes. Exactly. That's what we're gonna do. What can we do now that we're in cruise?
Now that we are in cruise, after climb.
Oh, the cruise checklist.
Oh, exactly. So power, I did.
Yep.
We're on power. Trim is trim.
Trimmed out. Beautiful.
Landing light off. We can turn that one off.
Sure.
And off. Mixture lean. Right there is fine. And flight instrument check. So we got all checked, right?
Yep, all checked out. Just double checking that against that. Everything looks okay for me.
Sure.
Okay, cool. So you can put the checklist away for now. Tell me where we are.
So we're right on the right side of Lake Apopka.
Yes, sir.
So we're around here somewhere.
I agree.
So let me guess it right first. I'll do the lake. We have this highway there, right?
You got the highway. You've also got the little airport down there. You see all the hangars and the runway to the right side of it.
But that's like a private.
Yeah. Well, not a private, but it's uncontrolled. So, what airport do you think that is?
That would be this?
That'll be that airport right there. So you know that you're kind of going to be passing that in a second. So you're just to the south of it. So you're probably somewhere just around here.
Somewhere like we're going like this.
Exactly.
So we're kind of like this, man.
Kind of kicking it between the lake and that airport, which is good because we know Leesburg is just here. We know it's right there, so you know you're on course. Cool, man. So we're coming up here. You can see the distance. We're 14 miles away, so we're going to start needing to think about talking to tower. So just walk me through what you're going to say.
Leesburg Tower, Cherokee November 32042, 42. This would be, we're coming from southeast.
Report 3 miles straight in final.
10 miles southeast, but we don't have information, Romeo, none of that.
Yeah, none of that. Just say we have the weather. So Leesburg Tower, Cherokee 32042, 10 miles southeast, touch and go with the weather. Because they don't have an identifier for it. It's not an ATIS system, so.
Okay, sounds weird.
Yeah.
I learned in my head to say,
exactly.
say a letter.
So just say it again.
Leesburg Tower, Cherokee November 32042, northeast.
Nope.
No?
Nope.
Southeast.
Southeast, thank you.
Southeast, with the weather, touch and goes.
Touch and go. How far southeast are we though?
10 miles southeast.
10 miles southeast.
10 miles southeast.
Do it again, one more time.
Leesburg Tower, this is Cherokee, November 32042, 10 miles southeast, touch and goes. With the weather.
With the weather, perfect, man.
With the weather, touch and go.
There you go.
Yeah.
Now you can see, yeah, kind of where would we be now?
So we're right past the lake. Look at the wing.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So let me put myself like this. You pass that airport.
Yep.
So we're like around here somewhere.
Yes, sir. We are exactly there.
Yeah.
That is exactly where we are. So now, I don't know if you can see, ahead you've got a lake that's directly ahead of us, right?
Yes.
The bigger one. Just past that, I don't know if you can see like a dark strip. That's Leesburg. That's one of Leesburg's runways. That's going to be runway 31, which is closed. So we're going to use runway 3, which we know is going that way.
Yeah.
So that's the airport right there.
Leesburg Tower, Cherokee, November 32042, southeast, 10 miles southeast. We have weather information and touch and goes.
Ticket 32042, Leesburg Tower, good morning. Runway 3 is in use from the southeast, going a right midfield downwind for runway 3 and report 2 miles out.
Wow.
I know, that was fast. Right midfield downwind and report 2 miles.
Right midfield downwind and report 2 miles, Cherokee 042.
That'll work. That was so fast.
Yeah, I was so fast. I'm like,
so fast. The pen disintegrated.
I know, like, but I'm still writing.
Cool. So now he wants to report 2 miles out for right downwind. So yeah, we'll just wait till there. So, so you still see the strip?
Runway 3,
yes.
Land.
Bring it to the right so you can kind of line yourself up with that strip. That's going to be your midfield point because we know that crossing runway. That's the crossing runway. That's the runway
this is what we're looking at.
That's what we're looking at right now.
We gotta go this way.
Exactly. Now what we can do is to start thinking about the checklist and start descending to traffic pattern altitude.
I was gonna ask that.
Exactly. So go ahead and do it, man. Give me that checklist.
So this descent, right?
Yeah.
So 8 is AWAS.
We got the weather.
We got the weather. Approach briefing.
So what are we gonna do?
We have runway 3 on use.
Runway 3.
He wants it down.
Right downwind. Perfect.
Right down.
Right downwind. Runway 3.
Seatbelts are on. Mixture rich. Fuel pumps on. Fuel pump on. Fuel selector. We're still good on fuel.
Yeah, give it a switch. Give it a switch. Go to the right tank. Yeah.
9 Delta, thanks.
Here we go. Positive. Everything is positive.
Good.
5656 Mike, traffic will be in left traffic. Runway.
Minimal safe altitude verifying. Clear turns and ready to go.
This one.
Runway heading
Oh, landing lights on. Sorry.
That's okay.
I gotta put my finger here. So fuel selector we did and flaps as required.
Perfect, man. Perfect. So you're lining up perfectly for that midfield downwind. You're looking good, so we're descending to traffic pattern altitude, so if you wanted to, you could back off the power and kind of slow it down a little bit. We don't want to do anything too crazy with increasing that speed, so just nice and normal. All we're doing is just entering the traffic pattern, and then it's the same that we did at exec. It's the same stuff. It's going to look different because obviously it's a different place, but it's the same procedure. So beam the numbers, it's 1700, 1 notch, hold 80 knots on the descent, turn base, second notch 75, on final third notch 65, nice touchdown, and then we'll depart back to Orlando, which is going to be back towards the southeast.
So that runway is not in use, that one right there?
Oh yeah, that's a closed runway. They're repaving it, that's why you can see it so clearly, because it's so dark.
Nice and dark.
Just a little bit closer. You've done everything else you need to do. Now it's just focusing on the radio call and the landing. That's it. You've done the checklist, you're fine.
Okay. Leesburg Tower, Cherokee, November 32042, 2 miles from the airport.
042, thanks. Join the downwind and I'll call the base for you.
Join the downwind, you call base, Cherokee 042.
Well, back to the regular stuff of them calling our base has been our thing.
I'm never in control. So I'll turn because he told me to turn.
Perfect, yeah, it's good. It's a nice distance. You got the runways over here.
Little pop traffic ahead will be in the left pattern. Runway 3, fly runway heading, clear for takeoff.
Beautiful. Now you can see the runway kind of crossing runway, the runway that we're going to land on. So it's just going to be a touch and go, just nice and normal as we've been doing.
2042, you're on site, runway 3, click for the option, then make right traffic.
Clear for the option, then right traffic, Cherokee 042.
Beautiful. All the option means is we can do whatever we want. A touch and go, full stop, low approach, do whatever.
So now, start descending, right?
Yes, sir.
Because we're clear.
Yes, sir.
First notch on the platform.
Yes, sir.
I got my runway on to the right.
Absolutely. Just make sure we're really maintaining those airspeeds.
We'll report a 3 mile straight and final for me, please.
Reporting 3 miles straight and final. 684 Alpha.
Yes, sir. How far out are you now?
So 80, second notch of flaps because we're on base.
Yes, sir.
So 75.
75 with a nice descent. We're not descending at the moment. There you go. You got to get that power back. Get that descent going. Just pitch for airspeed, power for altitude. And tower Cherokee 32042. It's going to be a departure to the southeast after this one.
042, understand. You want to go southwest after this?
That'll be southeast for 042.
Okay, after the option, proceed on course.
On course after the option. Thanks, 042. Nice. That's better because we got a good descent, we got a good airspeed.
Trying to get closer, so okay, so here goes train.
Nice.
From final.
Final, yes sir.
Up of the house.
Yeah.
Hello guys.
Oh, we got a massive swim.
So final full flap.
Yes sir. Airspeed wise, what do we want?
176, 75.
Nope.
I mean 65.
65. You love that 76, don't you? You love VY.
My God.
So just slow it down because we're fast, so you're going to back off that power a little bit. That's going to allow you to hold the nose up and kind of slow it down. And over the runway, just nice control. Hold it to the end of the runway, and then once it drops, pull back more. Nice rudder control. You got a beautiful approach angle. You're looking glorious here.
65, throttle back.
Throttle back, and just pull that nose up to the end of the runway. Just hold it there, not too much because that's going above the end of the runway. Just hold it there, and as it drops, pull back, pull back, pull back. Oh yeah!
Wow!
Oh yes! Boosh!
So,
Flaps,
and we're ready to roll.
Oh, we're rolling.
Traffic ahead will be in.
Wow! Love it.
Turn out to the southeast for now.
Love it.
Runway heading, clear for takeoff.
Yes.
Fly runway heading.
Do this.
Goosebumps.
So 65 rotate. We're at it here.
Pull it out.
Welcome to the sky.
Welcome back.
30.
Boosh.
I love it. When things go right.
Wow. That's it. That's it.
That's it.
That's it, man. You felt on that, the plane drop away,
Yes.
you just pulled it
I
back.
pulled it back,
exactly,
yeah.
you pulled it back more than you've ever done before.
Yes. Yes.
That's it.
Oh, what a landing from Edwin. It's always good early on in training to get a good greaser underneath your belt to build that confidence. So hopefully Edwin can use that now as a platform to build on his landings. Congratulations to him on that one. So we're going to head back to Orlando Executive now. But before we get there, we're going to check in on flight number 9 to do some emergency procedures. And then we'll check back in on the landing back in Orlando.
Just let me walk you through that emergency procedure again. So we lose the engine, I'm going to back off the power. A, B, C, D. A, airspeed, 73 knots, trim it back. Kind of hold this up, you're going to need to hold the nose up quite a lot and trim back.
in there.
Yep, and it's going to be a lot of trim back to maintain 73. Once you get in that, you're looking for a field, best place to land, a road, a runway, field, preferably, you know, with the least amount of cows, the least amount of trees. And then once you've found a field, you kind of start setting yourself up for that field. Don't forget about the field, because we're going to go and try and run through a checklist of trying to restart the engine. So while we're doing that, we want to make sure that we're still staying in the vicinity of the field, setting ourselves up to land, and you try and restart the engine. If it restarts, fantastic, you got your engine back. If it doesn't, then we've got to declare the emergency. That's the D. 121.5 is the emergency frequency, and 7700 on the squawk. Alright, so again, A, B, C, D. What's A?
Airspeed.
What's B?
Best glide speed.
That's the,
You like that?
that's no.
75. You like it? You like
No,
it?
because no, I don't like it because airspeed is already best glide speed.
I know.
That's your airspeed.
I meant 75.
He says 75 for everything I ask him.
That's 73. Thanks to that joke, I remember that.
Nice. All right. So, what's A?
Airspeed.
Which is what?
Your best glide speed.
Which
that's
is what?
73.
73.
Ah.
What's B?
B is check for a place to land.
Best place to land, right? What's C?
Checklist.
Checklist. So, mixture rich, fuel pump on, carb heat on, primer locked, switch tanks, try and restart. So it's a nice little flow, kind of starts here, goes around over there.
Whoa.
Wow! Mixture, fuel pump, carb heat, primer, check that, switch the tanks, try and restart. If it doesn't restart, what's D? What does it mean?
Well, information, you squawk
Yes.
7700, right?
Yes.
You go to 121.5.
Yes.
And then you declare your emergency.
There you go. So that's A, B, C, D right there. Emergency procedure happens, that's what you go to. Airspeed first, best place to land. Go through a checklist. If you've got time to restart, let's say we had an engine failure at 500 feet. We don't have time to try and restart this thing, we just try and land it.
Yep.
But if we're at 2,000 feet, we should have plenty of time to try and restart the engine.
But let's say something happens now, we'll have to go to like...
Well, look over there, you've got a field down there just before, you see the construction site?
Yeah.
Then you've got trees,
Yeah.
then you've got a field just there.
Right there, yeah.
So that could be a good option. That looks like it's got plenty of room. Where else?
That one right there, we just passed, right?
The kind of that's got the light.
Yeah.
Yeah, that could be a good one. I mean, it's a little bit rough, but it doesn't look like it's got any bushes or trees in
yeah.
it, so it could be a good option. So just flying along, blah blah blah. And at any point, I want you to just pull the throttle back to idle.
At any point.
Any point.
I would say those fields right there.
Hey, good option.
Right.
Good option.
So we're at 2,000 feet.
2,000.
So engine goes...
Oh shit! The engine.
Yeah,
What
engine
just
failed.
happened?
Uh-oh.
The engine's failed, okay. So what I'm doing is I'm pulling this back and I'm trimming way back. I'm getting my airspeed, right? There's my airspeed, I've got it. 73 knots, hold it. Look for the best field. I've got a beautiful field down here. Alright? And the reason I'm choosing this field, you see just behind the wing, there's a green field just past the trees.
Yeah.
There's a lake at the end of it, but we'll have plenty of place to stop. I'm choosing that because I can put myself into the wind. We took off on runway 7 coming out of exec, so I want to point myself back in that direction, right? So now we've got the best field, we've got the best best glide speed, best place to land. Checklist, mixture rich, fuel pump on, carburetor heat is on. We're going to simulate that.
Okay.
Primer locked. Switch the fuel tanks. You don't need to do it. We're trying to restart. Okay, it's not restarting. We're at 1,600 feet. I'm going to turn back towards my field now. We have plenty of space here. Plenty of space. Beautiful.
That's correct there, yeah, the radio Skyhawk, holding.
Declare the emergency, 121.5, 7700, Mayday, Cherokee 32042, engine failure, we're just about a mile west of Lake Apopka, landing in a field.
319 Echo Papa is 2 miles north.
And you bring it round, and we've got the field right ahead of us.
Westbound towards Lefty for the procedure turn at Lefty.
And just holding best glide speed, but the key is to this, best glide speed.
And trim.
That's the key, just trimming it back. Whatever, you get the point, right?
I get the point.
You get the point, so we're going to recover.
Skyhawk, East Field, South Lake Ashby, turning in for
Yeah, cool. So we're over this side here. It's not a congested area, so it's a sparsely populated area, so we can go to 500 feet on the recovery if we wanted to. Well, we cap it off at 600 because the elevation is already
36, 6 miles to the
100 feet. Oh no.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. just happened?
traffic,
What just happened?
5 miles south,
Oh, engine failure. Oh, okay.
Base glide speed.
Best glide speed. Okay,
Pitch for Isby.
There you go. Pitch for it.
Looking for where I'm gonna land.
Where do you want to go?
Where I got. I want to choose that land right there.
I love it. That's a perfect choice. Look at how much space you've got in that area.
So, fuel cut off, right? Fuel pumps off.
Well, we've got enough time to try and restart. So we're going to try and restart.
So fuel pumps on.
Yeah.
I'll select, switch the engine,
Okay.
fuel tank.
Yeah.
Full rich.
Yep.
And start.
Yep.
And didn't start.
Yep.
So fuel cut off. Boom. Fuel full off to make sure nothing goes wrong, right?
Uh-huh.
And heads toward my land there.
Yeah. What else?
And I'll squat 7700.
Yep.
121.5, Mayday, Cherokee, November 32042, emergency.
Uh-huh.
Landing here on the land northwest from Lake Apopka.
Perfect. That'll work.
Just still gliding there.
Still gliding. Just maintain best glide speed. Get that nose down just a little bit. If we're not perfectly on best glide speed, we're going to create a little bit more drag than we want. So right there, just keep that nose. So now we're in a position where you know.
That's a nice one.
Oh yeah, it's a beautiful field. I mean, there are cows in it, so we'd have to stay clear of the cows. But where you lining up to now? At least we've got something to do while we're waiting to be rescued, right?
You do got cows.
Play with some cows.
Yeah.
But you got a beautiful patch of land right ahead of us, right?
Which we can continue.
Exactly. The only thing I would say is we're landing at the moment with a slight crosswind. Okay. So if it was me, I'd be lining up to land into the wind. We know we've made this point here, so you can go around.
Go around. Yeah. With lazy 8, mass pressure.
Beautiful, man. Very, very nice. Just a little bit of clean up on the checklist.
Yeah.
We can do a little bit of better flow there, but
first emergency.
First emergency. You saved us, man.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful choice of a field. One thing you might want to do as well is before you land is to unlatch the door, just in case the airframe buckles and we get locked in.
Just unlatch it here,
yeah,
or literally
unlatch the whole thing.
Go climbing.
Ooh, those are the ghosts. There they are. Oh no.
Oh, again.
What is going on with this aeroplane today?
This airplane does not want to fly today.
Seriously.
We're going to be headed northeast bound for New Smyrna.
What?
Get my 73 airspeed. Looking for land. I'm going to land right there.
Beautiful field. Very nice field.
But we got altitude, so I'm going to try to start the engine. So full rich, fuel pumps on. Switch the tanks. Start. If it starts, I abort. If it didn't, then fuel cut off. I'll shut the engines off, fuel pumps off. Squat 7700 and 121.5 and Mayday, Cherokee, November 32042. Engine failure, landing.
Area, red tail, and we're
see you on the ground.
Yeah, exactly. So
there's the thing.
got the nice field there.
Actually, yeah,
it's
that's
beautiful.
a nice one.
It's beautiful, man.
This one, I think this one's better. No cows.
Yeah, exactly. It is. It's all right. Start putting some flaps in. Get like 2 notches of flaps in. Let's see how it feels. And just remember the airspeed. You want to be best glide.
And 2.
There you go. So it's going to give you a bump up, but it's also going to decrease that airspeed. So you got to keep that nose down. There you go. So now, because you put those flaps in, you got a good angle to come down to. So whack the 3rd notch in, keep the nose down, because we want to descend. There you go. You got a good descent rate going. All right, go around, my friend.
So going around.
Full power.
Full power.
Get the climb going.
Rex area, red tail, Skyhawk.
I like it when you
3 miles.
put the power in. Put the you don't. We really don't want to land. I was getting ready to land.
Good though, man. Good though. That was better. Only things you missed were carb heat and primer. Making sure the primer's locked and putting carb heat on, because we might have carb ice. That might be the issue. So let's say we were actually going to land. once you're basically on final or lined up for where you're going to land, you got to start thinking about airspeed. Because once you've made the runway, you can start slowing it down and backing it off to that approach speed of 65 and be over your point or over where you want to land and landing at 65 knots. So that's something to think about as well.
You can go to landing mode at that time because you're already...
Your best glide speed has gotten you to where you need to be, and now it's land the plane.
Now I got to slow it down if it didn't already.
Exactly, exactly.
So,
Cool. And just be looking out for any places to land, like, give me some options.
Right now we got a pretty options. We got that right there.
Okay.
In front of us we got a few like field, like
right. Got some good fields there.
Bunch of fields.
Cool, man. Just look off to your left. Do you see anything now that might be a good place to go?
This land here.
So you got the land there. I mean, there's something else down there that I'm looking at that would be...
The lake?
Nope. Look directly below us.
Below us?
Yeah, kind of just down here.
Yeah. Oh, the road.
Black traffic 152, turning
Hi, man. I want you to land on that road going that way.
Okay, so my best glide speed.
Left downwind runway 35.
So we want to go back towards the left over there because we want to land into the wind. The wind's coming from that direction.
Okay.
So best glide speed. On and off traffic, Cherokee 32042 entering left downwind. Simulated engine out procedure onto runway 9 for on and off.
Black traffic, Scout 0 Lima Alpha, left crosswind entering behind the Cessna. Black traffic.
Alright, so you're bringing it in really close. We are really high.
So flaps.
Can we even make that runway anymore?
I don't think so, right?
I don't think so. I think if this was a real situation, we'd be in those trees at the end of it. Because we're still gliding.
Darn it.
That's alright. Go around.
Go around.
That's why we're up here learning, right? Full power. We're on a downwind.
Okay.
The engine's gone.
Oh my god.
Oh god, again!
Want me to do the procedure or just turn?
No, just focus on landing the thing. Best glide speed and
Black
landing
traffic, Scout 0 Lima Alpha, turning left base, runway 35, Black.
Best glide speed. So high.
Very high, right? We could have continued the downwind because we're very high again.
Not gonna make it.
Not gonna make it, right? You could try circle. Try another circle at best glide speed. On and off traffic, check 32042. We're spiraling down to runway 09. On and off.
I like how you say it.
Spiraling, yeah. Keep it coming. Keep that turn coming. Keep it going. Keep it coming. We want to get towards the runway. We're at 500 feet.
Black traffic 97 golf, right crosswind.
Best glide speed. Best glide speed. Just get the nose down.
Traffic experimental Yankee X-ray turning base.
Oh, it might work. Look at that. Best glide speed. Just keep that nose down. There you go. Now there's the all three.
All three, right?
All three. Push the nose down.
7 miles east, clock on.
There it is. And just bring it down. Keep the nose down. We don't want to keep your hand on the throttle. And now start to pull it back. There you go. And just rudder control. Nice touchdown. You saved us.
Wow.
There you go. Emergency procedure. Emergency.
This is awesome.
Emergency procedure.
Executive Tower, Cherokee November 32042, 10 miles northwest, full stop.
Number 32042, Orlando Executive Tower, enter left base runway 7.
Enter left base runway 7, Cherokee 042.
So here we are back on flight day 8, where we're coming back from Leesburg after Edwin just did this glorious landing.
Pull back, pull back, pull back. Oh yeah!
Wow!
Oh yes! Boosh!
And to round out episode 4 of From the Ground Up, we're going to see if Edwin can replicate what he did in Leesburg back at Orlando Executive. Thanks for watching. Smash that like button if you've enjoyed it, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already.
The other airport was nice. They didn't tell me.
Left after return to engine.
So nice.
Number 1.
So at one flap?
Yeah, I would.
042.
Slow flight, slow flight.
Yeah.
Clear line.
Good land 7042 number 2.
approximately heading.
So now you're entering nicely, and then when you feel the time is right, you can turn onto a base.
Bravo, one more departure.
Final.
Wind 0106.
And that's it.
Final full flap.
Full flaps.
Number 49 Echo, follow traffic off your left turn westbound approved.
What speed are you looking for?
65.
65.
Traffic inside 9 kilo.
1 Mike Bravo, ground point 4.
Over the ground. 1 Mike Bravo.
Back. Just more back pressure. You felt it drop. That's where the back pressure needs to come in. I didn't do anything on that one. Absolutely nothing. So that was all you, man.
044.